Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I release a legacy video every Friday. Hello everyone, Martin here back with another legacy video, and today I'm playing a bit of a brew. I've dubbed it Big Storm because we're playing 4 copies of Stormscale Scion and 4 copies of Mind's Desire. A card that I just can't seem to completely abandon, even though I keep not really getting the results I hope for. I've iterated a little bit on this list, and it's a lot of fun when it works, and then it also just doesn't always work, or not as often as I would like. So I am playing. It's sort of in the school of Ruby Storm, which is a Storm variant I've never really touched. I've decided to go with Helm of Awakening because it also cheapens the cost of Mind's Desire and stock up. It might be better to just go with Ruby Medallion, because if you have so many rituals here that if you have a Ruby Medallion and you can start like chaining rituals, then eventually like you'll hit a Metamorphose, and then it shouldn't matter that your Mind's Desire costs like 5 or 6. But having cheap stock ups, having Mind's Desire cost 5 will matter from time to time. And the downside of giving your opponent cheaper spells, well, like if they're facing down an army of Stormscale like dragons, then maybe that's okay. A few lessons I've learned so far, like I started with a deck that also played Force of Will. I was playing like Brainstorm, Ponder, but I ended up feeling like it it didn't really have the velocity that I was looking for. And yeah, it's nice to be able to Force of Will if you're up against another combo deck, or if your opponent is a prison deck, but prison cards don't hurt this deck that much. Like we can we can very much like just ignore a Blood Moon a lot of the time. Chalice of the Void on 1, there is only 4 1-drops in the deck. So that's also fine. Chalice on 0 is a little bit more impactful, but also not. We're not on LED, so it's not the end of the world. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So I ended up scaling down on the blue cards and adding Defense Grid as my disruption of choice in the main deck. Then I also decided to add a copy of Grape Shot, and this was because it ended up happening to me a couple of times where I just went off with a massive Mind's Desire into more Mind's Desire into multiple Stormscale Scions. But having to pass the turn is a little bit annoying at times. Sometimes it's fine. Most of the time, probably it's fine. But I do like the possibility of having just a win now button in the form of Grape Shot. And yeah, the sideboard is a little bit generic. I'm running a couple of Blood Moons to have an alternative quote unquote win condition. This is probably what needs the most work. It's just a little bit generic. Is it sideboard cards I like kind of thing. So yeah, I mean, let's go and see how many Stormscale Scions we can resolve. Alrighty, we are on the draw for round number 1. I'm gonna keep this hand. It is not the fastest, and we really want a Metamorphose. Oh, we're getting Thoughtseize. Okay, well at least we have 2. Well, we have 2 rituals and 2 business spells. I'm guessing they were gonna take my Seething Song, but who knows? Yep, they took Seething Song. Bayou Thoughtseize. Okay. Oh, Helm of Awakening. I'm going to wait on that Helm because I don't want to play my City of Traders right away. Let's surveil with this Thundering Falls. Yeah, for a while I was also testing running a couple of, I'm going to put in this graveyard, a couple of Pass and Flames, but because Stormscale Scion is a creature, that seems to not really gel the way I want it to. But okay, back to this matchup. It's probably Cradle Control, I would assume, as the most likely deck to go by you. Thoughtseize. Another Thoughtseize. Wow. Okay. Well, I am kind of kind of struggling a bit now with no real building blocks. Guessing they're taking Pareto Ritual. They might take Helm of Awakening. This like double Thoughtseize. This could also be like some kind of Dark Depth strategy. Another Helm. So I might just play out this Helm of Awakening, and we will see if we get punished by our opponent getting mana ramp as well from that. Fetching in response. Why? Just cause. Okay. Sylvan Safekeeper. I mean, Sylvan Safekeeper gives credence to Dark Depths more than Cradle Control, but maybe those two decks are just kind of the same. I don't know. Scythe Cat Cup. Okay. Yeah, they tap two because they. I don't. You don't see this card a lot. This is a symmetrical effect. Back when you know, back in the good old days where there wasn't this reluctance to make effects symmetrical. Yeah, because they had already like made a play, their mana got burned. Okay, well, stock up is actually kind of sweet. So if I were to go City of Traders, second Helm for 1 mana, maybe I want to do that? I don't know. Yeah, I think so. I think like it costs me my City of Traders if I then want to make a land drop next turn, but and also we're not really using this colorless mana for anything, so maybe this was a punt because now stock up costs 1 blue. Sweet. Let's take another stock up and a Lotus Petal. Any order. Let's just see here. So Mind's Desire costs blue 2, which right now we don't have. But if I were to hit a... If stock up can show me a Seething Song and Manamorphose, we're sort of off to the races. Stormscale Scion and another stock up. I think I take these and pass. Yeah. And let's hope we don't get, like, ideally we don't get wastelanded and we don't get killed. And also probably, ideally, please not another Thoughtseize. Scythe Cat Cub grows, but because this is Dried Arbor, they would need to like crop rotate to grow it again. They attack us, we're at 16. Let's pass the turn. Okay, let's see if we can go big here. I'm gonna lead off with a stock up. Yes, Seething Song and Manamorphose, here we go. I guess I could have just taken 2 Seething Songs as well, but it's all good. Alright, I'm gonna float mana and play another land here. And let's cast a Seething Song. And let's cast Manamorphose. Make double blue because we have plenty of red. Draw a Desperate Ritual. Let's cast that. Alright, let's cast a Lotus Petal. So right now I have 1, 2 mana plus 10, so 12 mana. So I easily can cast, I can actually cast all 3 of these storm spells. So barring some crazy development here, we should win pretty easily. So now it just becomes a question of how many dragons can we make. And or if we hit our grape shot, I guess. Okay, and the cards pop up over here in my exile zone. So far, nothing too exciting. And there's a Stormscale Scion. And let's just cast rituals here. I mean, I'm not going to be playing, I don't think I'll be playing this deck too often, so this is going to be about flamboyancy, I think. Let's cast the Manamorphose, make blue. We can cast the Defense Grid. I think it really matters. And now we cast second Mind's Desire from hand. Let's go. Oh, there's a Grape Shot. Oh, there's another Mind's Desire. I mean, I'm just going to keep going. My opponent is free to concede at any point, right? Cast all these artifacts. Build Storm. Build that beautiful Storm. Make blue. Rite of Flame. Chrome Mox. I guess I'll imprint this. No, I won't imprint this against a Stuber. Who knows? Another Mind's Desire, you don't say. Okay. I might deck myself here. So at that point, I will have to make do with a Grape Shot kill. I didn't really count the Storm, and the Storm counter is currently hidden underneath like 17 windows here. Okay, I think I won't deck myself, but I'll have like 1 or 2 cards left in the deck. Okay, and now it's time to start making dragons. All right. Let's make some more mana. Looks like I appreciate my opponent letting me do this. Um, let's see what the storm count is at, by the way. 22. We can do better. We can do better, people. Manamorphose. Okay. Let's cast the first batch of dragons here. All right. So that was so that's like 27 dragons, I think. Or is it 25? Let's make some more. All right, that's 52, I believe, or is it 51 dragons? I don't think it's quite enough dragons. I need more cowbell. Let's go for some more dragons. Okay, we have, I'm just gonna remove this game log just to make a bit more space. My dragons are 88, 81, 81. I'm gonna pass the turn here. Like if my opponent can somehow make me draw a card or like put in an ensnaring bridge or whatever, they deserve to win. But I wanna do the attack basically. I had the grape shot here in exile, so but yeah, 81, 81. So that's like 80, what, 78, 70, like 78 dragons? Is that what I'm counting here? How would that result in 81, 81? Oh, that would make sense. All right, opponent is passing. I get the turn. Draw my final card. What was it? Desperate Ritual. Let's do the old elbow tap. Ah, here they come. So it says minus 630 um life points. That can't be true. Right? So if I have 78 times 81, yeah, that totals out at like 6,318. They should be that much negative. Man, that was awesome. I already feel like this video is a success, even if I don't win another game. All right, so sideboarding wise, I think Blood Moon is good in this matchup. I think Fury might be good. I think Grafdigger's Cage, probably not. I think we can cut the defense grids here. Like if they have Mindbreak Trapper or whatever, defense grid could do something, but I'm not overly concerned. Sing into Stupor can what? Like, is there something non-creature-esque that we might want to bounce? They didn't seem to have white, so I'm not worried about, like, what's her face? Deafening Silence. I'll cut one Ritual. And maybe I'll cut, like, a Chrome Mox. Going down on artifacts. They might have, I don't know, something like, well, they most certainly will have Collector Roof. Alright, 3 Furies. That seems like a lot of Furies. Will I be able, how far am I from actually hard casting a Fury? I think I'm going to keep, very speculative, and then we'll see. Okay, no turn 1 Thoughtseize, so that's good. I think Thundering Falls is probably my best land drop now that I drew it. I'll leave, if I leave a Desperate Ritual, let's just see, next turn we would have 3 mana, 4 with Desperate Ritual. I'm going to put it on top. I think resolving a Fury, honestly, is pretty strong. No, hang on. I keep wanting this to be like Inferno Titan, but it's not. It's only when it enters. It's not also when it attacks. But still, I think it's pretty sweet. Thoughtseize, how dare you? Please don't have Surgical Extraction, by the way. Yeah, but that's actually hilarious. I think the Magic Online client maybe can't deal with 4-digit life totals in either direction, which probably like won't come up very often. It's like in terms of life gain, there are some life gain infinity combos where if you're playing in paper, you would say, okay, I'll execute this combo 10,000 times and gain 10,000 life. But on Magic Online, it won't really ever happen like that. All right, I'll play this Soporific Springs, excuse me, and pass. And then next turn, I'll be able to make like hard cast a Fury and then like a Fury. No, not a Fury next turn. I would need another land drop for that. Oh well, we'll see. There's a Reclaimer. Okay. I really hope they don't like get a Sylvan Safekeeper in here. This looks like a Green Sun Zenith. Yeah, X equals 3. Could get Grist, I guess. Okay, well, I mean, if we resolve Fury right now, we can just kill the Grist, I guess. Hey, look at that. Alright, I'm going to cast this Chrome Mox. And I'm going to imprint, let's see, Chrome Mox plus this plus this. I'm going to imprint Manamorphose. And then I'm going to play Fury. So if I kill Grist, oh, they milled a Safekeeper. Oops. Let's do this, and it's between killing their squad. So if I kill their squad, they can't kill my Fury next turn, because this requires the -2 says you may sacrifice a creature. But then again, I guess they can if they just have a creature in hand. They play that. I'm gonna kill Grist and pass. Okay, Greens and Zenith X equals 2. This might be a White of the Reliquary. Oh, okay, it's a cub. The cub can grow plenty big. Okay, they have 2 triggers. That should make the cub. What if... Did they just mess that up? Do you need to let the 1 trigger resolve? Yeah. No, it's still the same, right? Okay, if they have natural order, I'm in big trouble. Okay, never mind. So white. White of the Reliquary. I'm still probably in big trouble here. Like, I don't think I... Like, they're going to sack a land now, which is going to grow... No, hang on. That doesn't grow the white. That's creatures, right? Okay, Talon Gates. So what creature do they want to blink out? The Talon Gates? The white? Okay. There's an Ancient Tomb. Okay, so if I attack here, I guess... you know what? I think I'm just going to kill the 3 other creatures here. Let's do that. No tricks here. Like that, and that resolves. And I will attack. They can trade the cub here, but I'm guessing they won't do that. And like right now, if I just draw a dragon, I get like 2 5/5 flyers on top of my squad here. So I don't know, but I do think I need to probably hit something soon, because I think that their board is gonna sort of outpace mine pretty rapidly. White having vigilance is so brutal. Like if I block here, they just sack it'll cost them the cub. So maybe that's worth it. But then the white can just it's just Maze of Ith then for the rest of the game. I think I am gonna make them have to kill the Scythe Cup. That also taps the white. Yeah. I didn't think about that, but that's good. Man, if I had like something to deal 1 damage here, that would be sweet. And they're passing. Okay. Ah, too bad. Wasn't dragons. But we do get to put them to 5 here. But now I'm sort of out of gas. I need to draw a storm spell, and ideally it has to be a dragon. If it's my Desire, then Storm 3 is not that amazing. Man, this card's so good. Oh, Wasteland. Okay. Yeah, I guess Wasteland would be in a deck with White of the Reliquary. Okay, we still have enough mana as long as we don't get Thoughtseize here. Force of Vigor. Okay, now we actually don't have enough mana. Helm of Awakening. I'll play that out and pass. No good attacks here. And they have all the free attacks in the world. I think I don't know. Yeah, I'll take the damage here. I'm not sure. Maybe that's stupid because Fury isn't really doing anything else. Okay, big draw step here. Big draw step. My Desire. Okay. So yeah, that we have mana for that. Let's do that. It is only for 3, but what else am I doing here? Oh, hang on. I don't need to spend all my mana. can leave a pedal back here. Come on, something good. Seething Song. Yeah. Okay. Need to hit a dragon or another Mind's Desire. Come on. Boo. Yeah, that probably does it, right? I was gonna say I'm gonna cast these. It doesn't really matter. Like I'm not playing graveyard recursion here, so like having them in the graveyard or not is not a big deal. But whatever. Okay. I don't think there's a card that like it would have to be some amazing line of stock up into another stock up, but we won't concede until we're dead. Oh, they're down to 3. Now stock up into spell plus grape shot. Oh, but hang on. Maybe if they have another Talon Gates here, they can just like waltz through my Fury. Yeah, didn't think about that. They probably do. I don't think this deck only plays one of these. Let's see if they have that. Well, no, they're letting me block. Come on, stock up. No, that's not it. All right. Did this experience give me pause for concerns? I don't know. They're playing. First of all, they have basic forests, and they're playing Force of Vigor. So the Blood Moons, I'm not too sure about. The Furies, they almost sort of came good, but that was also a bit of a strange example. I think actually I'm gonna cut a Fury. No, I'm actually gonna cut 2 Furies and bring back the Periodic Ritual and the Chromox, and I'll just try and be faster. Ooh, no lands. Have to mulligan this. This has lands. Oh man, this is actually like turn. This is turn to. No, it's not because it's fucking Mind's Desire and not dragons. Yeah, I need a. I'm gonna keep this. I'm gonna bottom a Mind's Desire, and then pray for a dragon. Opponent also mulligans. Down to 5. Okay. All right. Opponent found 5. I'm on 6. Let's go. And I would really like not to get Thoughtseize. I personally don't think that's too much to ask, but I mean, I don't know. All right, cool. No Thoughtseize, at least not on turn 1. So if I can find a Stormscale Scion right now, it's just the best thing ever. Thundering Falls. I will also accept a Manamorphose. Ancient Tomb. Oh, that's almost good enough. But again, like no blue mana, or we would be stuck on 1 blue mana. Hey, is this good enough? Let's see. So, yeah, I think so, right? Like Periodic Ritual will have an untapped land. That's 2 mana. Desperate Ritual 3 mana. Seething Song 5 mana. Petal 6. Yeah. I mean, this is Storm 5, so by no means guarantees of anything, but let's try it and hope they don't play Mindbreak Trap. All right. 5 copies of Mind's Desire. Will we go off or will we fizzle like a damp squib? Petal? It's not good. Rite of Flame also not good. Come on. Seething Song, no. No! Last chance, last chance. Yay! Can you believe it? Oh my gosh. I hope I didn't disturb my neighbors. All right. Man, this is the ultimate like dopamine deck. All right. We'll have to settle for 10 dragons. But I mean, that's probably okay, right? It's a measly 130 damage flying next turn. Okay, please don't have like Ensnaring Bridge or Rakdos Charm or whatever it is. Okay, Green Sun Zenith for 2. Peacekeeper? No, that's haha. Gadok Teague, my old nemesis. Opponent says GG's. I say GG to you, sir or ma'am. That was very, very cool. Wow, off to a winning start. Excellent. Let's go for round number 2. Okie dokie, on the play for round number 2. Okay, yeah, I mean, as soon as this hand hits a land that makes red mana, we're kind of off to the races. I'm gonna try this. Opponent mulligans to 6. What I've found playing this deck so far is that I think it's mostly, or it's very vulnerable to discard because we're not playing cantrips, right? We're playing stock up. The stock up is our one sort of rebuild tool we have. But if we don't have that, and if someone just thought seizes my mind's desire here, I have no real way to like rebuild. Okay, wow. Putting us down to 4 cards. I hope that doesn't mean we die on turn 1, but it could well mean that. Okay. Float the Ancient Tomb, pass the turn. Oh, a Wasteland. Yikes. Right, okay. I'm really hoping for like a fetch land here. That's my dream. There is a basic island and a Sapo, whatever it's called, Sapphoric Springs that are lands we don't want. Ooh, that's good. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. Polluted Delta. Okay. Please don't thought seize me. No, not a black deck. Gross. Okay. Well, immediately the hand collapses to what I was just talking about. But we do get the Surveil at the end of turn, and we do still get to maybe hit, like, we have 7 more of these storm spells. I also wonder, like, if this deck has Force of Will in it. It probably does. They probably fetched the basic swamp to, like, be able to play around Blood Moon. Hey, look at that. Never worried. Never worried at all. Okay, well, let's see here. If they also have a Force of Will, we can, like, both be playing on no resources, but it looks like they've F6 here. Gonna cast the Manamorphose first. Float 2 blue. Not a spell. That's unfortunate. But this is where a Stormscale Scion is like a lot stronger than Mind's Desire. Like I would much rather just like this is gonna end the game in all likelihood. Whereas a Mind's Desire for 5, which we just witnessed, a little hairy. Yeah, they concede. Okay, so my thoughts are: do I need to board in like Grafdigger's Cages? Is this a reanimator deck? They had Wasteland, so I think at most it's like a tempo reanimator deck, maybe. It could also just be like a black, mono black, you know, disruptive deck, but would they be playing fetch lands if they're mono black? I mean, they might, but I think I'm just gonna board lightly here, and I'm gonna board out. I'm gonna board out 2 copies of Defense Grid. This might be nuts, but I'm not sure this is a deck with counter spells, and I'm also not sure it's a deck that uses the graveyard, so I don't want to board in all 3 of my Grafdigger's Cages. And I'll leave the rest of the deck as untouched as possible. Yeah, this hand is interesting. I'm gonna keep opponent keep 7 as well, expecting to get Thoughtseize here, and if so, you know, it is what it is. Basic Swamp again. Yep, there's the Thoughtseize. They probably take Seething Song here. And if not, you know, maybe they take the Stormscale Scion. They do take the Scion. Okay, so let's see. What happens if I hit, like, if I hit a Manamorphose? I still need to imprint something on the... Oh, wow. Okay, this is filthy. This is just so gross. It's not even funny. Let's make some dragons. Yeah, I feel kind of dirty right now. Boom! Easy 2-0. Okay, on to round number 3. All right, we're up against Senor Larson. Interesting. And we're on the play again, so let's do this. Okay, 4 storm spells, probably 1 too many, or 2 too many. Gonna mulligan. I like this. So this is turn 2. We would have 4, 5. So not quite. Turn 3, we would have mana for this. I'm gonna keep at any rate and bottom the Mind's Desire. All right, let's keep this, bottom the Mind's Desire, and I think I probably have to float the Ancient Tomb, because like not having red mana is a big problem in case they have a Wasteland. Urza's Saga, okay. Lava Spur Boots. Maybe a Painter deck? Desperate Ritual. Where does that take us? That takes us, so 3, 4... 3, 4, 5, 6 mana. Okay, so we're gonna make some dragons. Oh, hang on. No, I can't splice onto arcane, right? I'm missing 1 mana. Yeah, otherwise that would have been sweet. But also then again, not really necessary or important here. Playing out my rituals, la-di-da-di-da. Nothing to worry about here. Oh, they all resolved. Sweet. Now I am a little bit concerned, but probably not too much, seeing as this is happening so early, because an Urza Saga deck with Lava Spore Boots could also be a Karn the Great Creator deck, and those decks could have Ensnaring Bridge. But we have 28 damage coming in the air next turn. Even if they bounce, no, I guess if they bounce one of our dragons, it'll be 18 damage. All right, that was good enough. Onto the sideboard. So we don't know much about this deck that we're up against. We can probably deduce that Blood Moon is going to be a card that we're going to be happy with. And like Dress Down, yes. Consigned Memory, maybe, if it's like an artifact deck. But I think for the time being, I'm happy just boarding in these things and boarding out, the defense grids. And then leaving it as is. All right. Senor Larson. What will it be? This hand is pretty good. No payoff spells right now. I'm gonna keep. We can find one of those. We do play 8. Ooh, and they're down to 5. I wonder if that means they're like they have some spoiler card like Mind Break Trap. Could well be. I don't really have without Defense Grid. I don't really have a good way to beat Mind Break Trap, except to like be able to put 2 business spells on the stack. Ooh, is this Agath's Soul Cauldron? Okay, so it is a painter deck. Thundering Falls. And we drew Helm of Awakening. Okay. Let's play Thundering Falls. We might get comboed out before we have a chance to combo them out. I think I leave the Ancient Tomb on top here. And pass. Maybe that's reckless, I don't know. Great Furnace. Oh my god, if I could draw Blood Moon, that would be so sick. How afraid should I be about Helm of Awakening here? If they have a Painter and a Grindstone, then Grindstone costs 0 and Painter costs 1, and they would just need another land or another mana to combo. I still think this is my plan here. I'm gonna do it, and then next turn we can like stock up for 2 mana, have a lot of freedom to do things. They're just passing, okay, with 1 card in hand. I am gonna stock up here. If they have like a Hydroblast or Pyroblast here, then so be it. I don't think that is the end of the world. Okay. How about 2 Stormscale Scions? So I have my land drop. That's 1 mana, 1 mana floating. That's 2. Becomes 4 with Desperate Ritual. Becomes 7 with Seething Song. 8 with Lotus Petal. 9 with Manamorphose. And I need 10 to cast both of these. But I do also get a card from the Manamorphose. That's like if their last card is Mind Break Trap, right? I am going to take both of these. And then I'm actually going to cast the Manamorphose here. Because if I don't hit something that makes mana, then there's no reason to keep going and wasting the rest of these cards. And I can still like do the stuff I want next turn. And yeah, okay, that happened. I suppose I could try and just make a small portion of dragons here. Maybe that's good enough. So cast this Desperate Ritual, and we'll make 4 dragons. And then if they have my Break Trap here, oh, they don't. They just concede. Wow, 3-0. What the heck is going on here? I was not expecting things to go so good. I have now, of course, jinxed myself, and I'll be back with round number 4, at which point I'll probably like lose and cry. Okay, on the draw here for round number 4, let's see, how much mana do we have here? We have 2, 3, 5. I am going to keep this. We're on the draw. Hope not to get Thoughtseize. And then, okay, Tameo, sure. And then hope to draw something like a land, I guess, would be kind of good here. And there is a land. Okay, let's play the land. And let's make some mana and just hope our opponent doesn't catch on to what's going on and force of will something important here. Let's cast a Seething Song. And now, like, the question is, do I play the Manamorphose? And I think the answer is no, because Manamorphose, they counter that, then everything is off. So I am just going to make 5 dragons here. Maybe they have Force of Will, I don't know. In that case, it'll only be 4 dragons. Well, back to you, opponent. I really love how these are not token creatures. So like Engineered Explosives, Pernicious Deed, those kinds of effects don't really matter at all. Well, opponent hasn't conceded yet, but is that because they actually have some way to beat this, or no? So they block 1 and bounce another. They still take lethal, because there would be 3 7/7s that connect. Let's attack. Yeah, you bounce 1, you block 1, and you take 21. All right, sweet. So we beat the, like, Dimir Tempo is easily what I'm most afraid of playing against, so that was good. What to do here? I'm almost, like, pre-boarded with the defense grids here. The only thing I'm slightly considering is, do I want Blood Moon? Probably not on the draw. I don't think I want Fury either. Like, making this a game about killing their creatures, I don't think so. They could be a Reanimator deck, in which case, you know, we would want the Grafdigger's Cages, but I'm actually happy just resubmitting here. Let's keep this. I do expect to get my butt Thoughtseized here, and lose the Stormscale Scion. No. Interesting. They're just land go here. Helm of Awakening. I'm gonna not play into Daze here and save that for next turn. Another Helm. I mean, I am actually all about these Helms right now. I think Helm of Awakening in plural can end up being a pretty big game here. Oh, Wasteland. That's a bummer. We have to be mindful of what's its face. The what am I thinking? I'm blanking on the name. Consign to Memory, right? But they were happy to leave that down. I think that means they have days. I don't know. Let's see. I am gonna play into the days here, and I'll probably be punished for not listening to myself. But then again, like, I think having this days is also not the end of the world. Ooh, having it Force of Will is even better. I think that, I don't know. Do they have Consign to Memory? Like, if they were happy to play out Tameo. Another Wasteland! God damn it! Oh, okay. That is going to be rough. Ooh, Defense Grid. I think I'm going to play the Defense Grid. Or maybe it's the Helm. Okay, they're pausing big here. Like, they have Consign Memory. Yeah, I think they do. Okay, that is in. I'm going to imprint the Manamorphose. And then I'm going to play, I'm actually going to play the Defense Grid, because this probably will make them consign to memory this, but then that's out of their hand. Yeah, okay. And then I think actually the Helm of Awakening is more important right now because I'm choked on mana. If they have a second consign to memory, you know, it is what it is, but a third Wasteland, okay. I am getting punished by my opponent's good luck. That's only fair. I have certainly been punishing people with my good luck earlier in this league. We're not that far away from, like, Another land getting Helm of Awakening in gets us some amount of dragons in a couple of turns. But next turn they can rebuy the consign memory, so that is a big problem. And I'm just going to concede. Yeah, those 3 wastelands just completely wrecked me, and them getting back the consign. Plus just, I don't know. Oh, yeah, I don't know. Maybe I should have kept playing. Maybe having a couple of blood moons in on the play is not the worst. I'll actually cut one ritual and 1 stock up. Like stock up is great and all, but it's also just a bit of a clunky thing, like spinning wheels kind of thing to be doing. We want our 3 mana plays to maybe result in a kill. I have to mulligan this. This is good. I'll keep this. I'll get rid of the Manamorphose. And I will likely just lose horribly to a barrage of wastelands coming, so we'll see about that. Manamorphose, think that can go away. Like, if we get wastelanded, we really need them to not... We need to be drawing a land. If they Thoughtseize us here, they have a choice to make. Yeah, like... Next turn, if they don't have a counterspell, which obviously they probably do, but we will just be able to make some dragons here. Yeah, and they do take the dragons. So I think I like just drawing, I don't know, like a Lotus Petal or something. A land. Do I play around the days? I don't think I do. Oof, they had the days. Okay. And a wasteland. I'm guessing they just drew that. Maybe not. Maybe they just really prioritized the Thoughtseize. Okay. Well, we're still kind of alive for a Stormscale Scion draw here. Ponder. Okay. And they... Let me just see here. They did not shuffle. I am just passing here. Okay, that's interesting. Like, them fetching the basic swamp first, it's because they want to be insulated versus Blood Moon, but this also gives me a guaranteed non-consigned memory turn if I were to draw a storm spell, which I don't. Do I want to cast Manamorphose here? Probably not. No, I'm gonna pass. They also didn't shuffle. They entomb. Okay, so it is Reanimator. Right. Okay. Took us to game 3 for them to show their ugly true face, and they reanimate, and Atraxa reveals no consigned memory and no Thoughtseize, but a couple Force of Wills and a Wasteland. They already made their land drop, and they took Murktide Regent, Force of Will, and Wasteland. All right, they're at 9. Another Manamorphose. All right, maybe I lead on Seething Song here, see if they want to Force of Will this. They do. Pitching Brazen Borrower. The next turn they'll Wasteland my Ancient Tomb. Alright, we are passing. There's the Wasteland, to no one's surprise. Okay, so I mean, let's just try and cast the Seething Song. I don't believe for a second they don't have it covered, but... And yeah, I could have imprinted something on the Chromox, but then I would only have one. Yeah, okay. GG's opponent. Our luck ran out. Alright, on the play for our number 5. And this hand, I think I have to mulligan. It's 4 storm spells, no rituals of any kind. And I'll keep this. And bottom Paretic Ritual, I think. Opponent kept... No, they also went down to 6. Never mind. I'll pass Scalding Tarn, and it's your turn. Thoughtseize, okay. What do you take here? It's probably... It could be the land, honestly, but it could also be Stock Up or Manamorphose, I guess. Alright, they took the I can't remember say this name. The Sink into Stupor. Sink into Stupor. That's it. Nothing to see here. Okay, I'm gonna fetch Under or Thundering Falls and maybe die to Wasteland again. Who knows? Seething Song. I think I have to put this in the graveyard, unfortunately. Need lands. Lands, damn it! That's a Lotus Petal. That's kind of a land. I'll pass. And they had the Wasteland. Well, okay, well, we had our good times versus non-blue decks, and then we're getting our comeuppance versus in the last 2 rounds, is what this feels like. Okay. Ooh, I get a downtime notice. What's this? Passing the turn. And they are swinging with their Nethergoyf. I mean, we're not under a huge clock right now, but I am obviously worried about all the things they could have in their hand. So right now I have 1, 2, 3, 4 mana. 4 mana. No Storm Spell, no lands. Yeah, not looking too good here. Here are the Bowmasters. And I pass the turn. They ponder. Alright, so very sorry about this, but apparently there was scheduled downtime and it just crashed. Like usually you get like these warnings stating 2 hours and 45 minutes until scheduled downtime, and it was, I guess, not only me but also my opponent who didn't know about this because our game just crashed and now it says servers are down. I'm really sorry about that. I can't even like be on the monitor to do the have the deck in front of me. So we were, I think, on the road to losing game number 1 in round 5. Although it's not certain, we had some. We probably had a couple of turns, a couple of draw steps to draw something good. But I don't care how the last game would have resolved. This deck completely blew me away in terms of like fun and performance. I do not expect, I think, what just happened in the first 3 rounds to happen that often. From my experiences so far, it has been a very tough ride to get this deck to hum. But this was my latest iteration, and like I think if there were if there were 2 different versions of Stormscale Scion, we could play those. I would do that over the Mind's Desire, and I would just be mono red. But that's not the case. I think the we saw how like Helm of Awakening plus stock up is pretty sick, honestly. It almost makes me want to explore something like Sapphire Medallion and stock up, but I don't know. Maybe that's not good enough. Who knows? But yeah, I think. Oh, this deck is a lot of fun. I hope you had fun. I want to thank you so much for watching. I'm sorry I didn't get to finish the 5th round, but that's just the way the cookie crumbles, I guess. I'll be back with more Legacy. You know, if you like the channel, do the YouTube stuff, like and subscribe, please. Really helps. Stay safe out there. I'll be back. Bye bye. All right, guess what? I thought there wasn't going to be a completed round 5, but once the patching was done and I restarted Magic Online, this is a couple hours later from when we were last chatting, it turned out that, hey, there was actually the match had just not been played or registered. The round 5 match I was just in, so we get to another round 5. So this is the real round 5. I'm on the play, and I am so tempted, but if I just don't draw another land for a couple of turns, it's so bad. So I'm gonna mulligan this, and this one is sort of the same. I think I am gonna keep this and pray for better days. I'll bottom one of these fetch or rather defense grids, and I will cast or play Soporific Springs, and I will just pass the turn. So positive record ensured. This is the 4/1 we're playing for, and it is a blue deck. It would appear. Land, no. Okay, we pass. We don't just need a land, it has to make red mana. Although, like right now, I would take any land. It is an Underground Sea matchup, unfortunately for us. And they put a Barrel Goyf in the graveyard. And, well, let's see. They know we've missed a land drop, so if they had Wasteland, they would for sure be wasting us. But even worse, looks like we're just getting clown clapped here with the Entomb. They must have Atraxa in their hand. I'm going to, I guess, put away Defense Grid. Discard that, I mean. And let's see. if somehow I can draw like a soul land and a red mana source, but of course I don't. I still think that a red mana source on my next draw step will sort of get me going, but oof, yeah, probably not now. We still can go like Rite of Flame, Pyretic Ritual, Helm of Awakening with 1 red mana floating. I guess I will get rid of the Pyretic Ritual actually. So we would have 1 red mana floating once Desperate Ritual and Helm of Awakening is resolved. So we would cast Manamorphose to make 2 mana. That would have to draw us like um, Seething Song. Come on, land. Well, that counts. But their hand would have to be like no counter spells of any kind, which I don't expect for 1 second. Yeah, this is a daze, right? They flowed mana. Yeah, all right. GG's. Alrighty. Let's bring in the Grafdigger's Cages, and I think Blood Moon, at least on the play, is something I like. And what do we cut here? I really don't want to cut like Defense Grid. I guess I'll cut a Pyretic Ritual and a Chrome Mox. I'm just shaving stuff at this point. And like maybe a couple of stock ups. And I guess Grape Shot. I don't think we need Grape Shot. Grape Shot is for when they untap and win, even in the face of a million dragons. This works. Or, I mean, this is interesting enough to keep. I think I'm going to cast the Chrome Mox and print a Desperate Ritual and play Defense Grid. And they will have to force this if they have a force, I would imagine. That just resolves. Okay, pray for us not to get Thought Seized. We might as well just yield until end of turn here. So far, so good. No Wasteland. They just pass. Wow. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4 mana right now. So if Manamorphose were to draw me a... If Manamorphose were to draw me an Ancient Tomb, or a Seething Song. But I think I'd rather just wait another turn. Like, they won't be able to have anything open next turn either, like no Force of Will, no Consign to Memory. And they didn't Thoughtseize us now, which would only like the only thing that makes sense for them to do if they had Thoughtseize. So I can conclude they don't have Thoughtseize either. They leave a card on top, so that's scary. That might be the Thoughtseize. Yeah. So they drew that this turn. I'm pretty sure. So they're going to take my Stormscale Scion. I would imagine. No, they take Desperate Ritual. No fear of the Stormscale. Tameo. Okay. Another land. So I think we just pass here, and so once they untap here, if they don't if they just have another land drop, that gives them Force of Will, but doesn't give them Consign to Memory. There is the land on the Barrowgoyf. Okay, so their guard is down once more. So if this can show us like Seething Song, that would be really, really exciting. Manamorphose. This is just Storm with a redraw. I guess I'll keep it. It basically just lets us draw this next card with mana filtering. It doesn't really matter, but it will add a Storm. So I'll add red and blue. Chrome Mox. That was not a good draw. What happens if I burn my next Manamorphose? I have access to 4 mana right now. I would have to draw a Soul Land or a Seething Song. So there's a bit less than 20% chance of me actually drawing that. I mean, it's not good odds, but what are the odds if I pass the turn here? I think I do pass, like I am going to pass the turn. It sucks to burn the Manamorphose. That would have been Storm. obviously now, in retrospect, better saved for next turn, but... Oh, and they draw a Wasteland too? That sucks. They mill over, reanimating 2 lands. Come on, tap mana. They're not tapping mana. So I think we pass once more here. They can then draw with Tamiyo. It will be quite lucky if we manage to wiggle out from under this, I think. Consigned Memory Daze and Blue Elemental Blast are milled. Come on, tap mana. Tap mana. Yes, they're ooh. Okay, so they're flipping the Tamiyo. If they hit like a Thoughtseize here, it's pretty bad for us. I guess also like they'll just need to hit any land to have Force of Will back up. So I actually am not loving this spot. Okay, Tamiyo flipped, and they're plussing. Oh, another Wasteland. Yep. So now they have to choose between keeping up Force of Will or wasting me. And they choose to keep up Force of Will. And then next turn they can minus Tamiyo to get back their Thoughtseize, or I can sign a memory. What happens if I play out this Helm of Awakening? Okay, so that's in. Alright, I'm going to try the Lotus Petal here and then the Manamorphose. They probably fight over this. Okay, so that was Force of Will. Well, I mean, I just saw the life total flicker up there, so... Yeah, okay. They are forcing this. They pitch Drown in the Lock. Okay. So I'm passing here, and I'll probably get Thoughtseized and Wastelanded this turn, so not looking good for our hero here. Okay, they're passing again. I wonder if that means that they have Consign. Oh, they mill over Atraxa here, and they choose to leave her there. So I'm guessing they are gonna animate her. Return reanimate, sure, okay. This makes me think, I think they had Consign to Memory, but then this, like, they would rather animate Atraxa. Oh, okay. I see what's going on. Petty Theft, yeah, that's real good. Now they can just fire off the Wasteland too. Yeah, this is over. They reveal Thoughtseize. Yeah, okay, and another Wasteland. I'm ready to pack this in. GG's opponent. Okay, so I do actually get to do a proper rundown here with the deck list in front of me. Hey, like I said before, it was a lot of fun. Not really sure, you know, reflecting over it here, what I would do differently. I would love to hear some thoughts, because I feel like, I don't know, you know, I'm not going to sit and pretend that this list can be fiddled with and then suddenly it's like tier 1 or anything, but I think there is a deck here, and maybe it just ends up being Ruby Storm, and, you know, we forego the Mind's Desire that has, it seems, turned out to be correct in almost any other case with Mind's Desire, unfortunately, but it does get, it gets the juices flowing, right? I would also, like, I don't really know where to go with the sideboard. Like, it would be nice to bring in more stuff versus, like, the tempo decks. But yeah, alright, for the second time, thanks so much for watching. I will be back with more Legacy. Bye-bye.